But did you know that Africa is the place where the body of the first man was found? My daddy says that makes it the place where all people originated from. I'm from Africa, you from Africa, you African booty scratcher.
We make niggas disappear like that triangle out Bermuda. They can't find his body, but they know that I'm the shooter. I say cut my sentence in half, and I spread a little rumor. Damn, well you can look in Oklahoma if you wanna find them Sooners.
Where is the ship? Where is all that stuff that they said that? Because up to today, everything that is 2,000 years, we still see the evidence. Where is the evidence that they brought 50 billion African here that are called Black American today? And if it is true, who was living on this land before? And you want to mention Native Indian, and I will give you a good news. The Native Indian are Mongolia. They call the Mongol. They are this king in Asia. It's called Genghis Khan. And the Mongol people, he is the one, he invaded America one time. I mean, he started sleeping with the Black American. That's how this Indian came into being. And Indian population was not even much. Black American and Native Indian, they started living here for a long time. But Black American was always here. And if you know anything about the Moorish and all that stuff, they will tell you the same. That this have always be their home. They've never lived. Even though they were trading, they would come to Morocco, they would come back. The population of Black American will always be here. They have nothing in common with Africa. And if they have something in common with Africa, at least they're supposed to retain the language like the Brazilian did, like the Venezuela did, like all these countries in South America did. It's only Black American that does not know that language. I can go anywhere and speak Yoruba. And if you say
now could be like just dope.
As I'm on.
oh yeah.
Times are getting crazy. Times are getting crazy. Times are getting crazy. Times are getting crazy.
Slow down on
Times are getting crazy. Times are getting crazy. Times are getting crazy. Times are getting crazy.
Times are getting crazy, the grind is getting lazy. So instead of grinding, I've got this bitch that pays me. She pops, she's fat. The jealous got me strapped. I'm a cold pressed cripple with a gift to rap. Born in the O and 1970. And ever since then, I've been soaking game ho. Now my game is strong. The dollars come long. Not only from my bitch, but from my rap songs. Suckers stay back, cause they know I'm not weak. Especially when they heard me in the 9 o'clock beat from the VTV. I steady get harassed. Those damn black and whites and that motherfucking task. They steady sweating me. They ain't letting me live my young life, and they smooth rejecting me because of young brothers from a black minority. They wanna lock you down in the youth authority. Homie, please, I'm out to stack cheese. Flip me a yacht to cruise the 7 seas. A Benz whipping Hunt. That beats good. A drop top Jag or a damn Fleetwood. Caddy, fool, a nigga wants to roll. Straight high side with his pockets swole. Cause money makes the world go around. That's why on the mic, you hear me throwing down. I get paid, laid, cool in the shade with a big fat split and a gang of bootleg. to get tipsy, or should I say purge? Times are getting crazy, I'm gonna go berserk. Jealous motherfuckers trying to keep me at the bottom.
At the
Cause smoking
bottom?
fresh rhymes, they know I got them.
He got it.
And jealous fools, white, older than 20, wanna sweat because they broke, man, they must be young pretty. Sweat, young brother, only 17. If you live in the crash lane,
Man,
you know what I mean. They don't want to grow
Why
up.
don't you grow up?
Shit is making me sick, about to throw up.
Sister,
Listen to the games I put in my jams, cause times are getting crazy for a young black man. Living a life with a felony record, and if you try to get a job, you smooth get rejected. Come on, my brother, let's get some shit right.
Get it right.
Get it together and get your shit right. Cause times are getting crazy. Times are getting crazy. Times are getting crazy. Times are getting crazy.
Hey, times getting crazy, man. You done heard what he said. How many times you gotta say it though? Boy, it's dope, boy. You know what time it is. Times is getting crazy.
Times are getting crazy. Times are getting crazy.
Time, they getting crazy. I say time, they getting crazy. I say a time, it's getting crazy. Time.
What it do, what it do, what it do. It's your host, Vino the Most, back for another classic in the book of the FBA Talks. In this chapter is BUSTA Pan-African Americans have turned on FBA Black Indian Christians for Muslims from Africa. And this is part 2 to Trump What It Do. Man, make sure that you're pulled up and rolled up. You know I'm glad that you showed up. To comment, like, subscribe, tell a friend, and tell a friend and do it again. Now, last night, I did do a live, and I was pointing out the fact that Pan-African Americans are not correcting the Africans that's coming to America, but they trying to correct us on what we should and what the way that we should be moving within America. And they telling us that we should be about Africa. We should be pushing the African descent. We should be not so much caught up in America, but we should be more caught up in what Africa's talking about. And we got people over here in America that say that they being here. That say that they people's being here. They don't know nothing about Africa. They not Africans. But you got people constantly, every day, going against what the FBA Black Indians is talking about. Once again, making videos in the morning, lunchtime, and dinner time. And I haven't seen a response to Africans coming over to America, and they're saying stuff like, you know, that this land was promised to them 3,000 years ago. And that this is their land culturally and all type of crazy stuff, but they coming over here really not stopping from what they doing in Africa as far as stopping being Muslims. They not jumping all the way in with what we got going on over here. And it seems like that it's a problem with what we trying to do over here. And it's becoming kind of crazy where we really got to take a look at this, because at the end of the day, how I'm looking at it is that eventually the United States will be full of Muslims, because that's the main religion within Africa. That's the main religion within Africa. And I'm going to show a couple of things about Muslims and kind of what they got going on over there. I really don't know what they got going on. I ain't no Christian. I'm raised up in the Bible Belt. I'm in Oklahoma. And I trust and I love my aunties and my grandmas and my mama and all the women, majority of the women that I know and have known in my family and throughout the city and throughout the tribe and throughout my whole existence, as far as over here in this section, that they been Christians. It's a church everywhere on the east side. I come up going to church. I ain't never read the Bible, but I come up as a kid going to church with my auntie. I still go to church. It almost made me want to tap in back into the church, because there's some things going on, and a nigga will want internal life, spiritual life, kind of get closer into that. But within the world we live in, I have strayed away from Christianity. I'm not gonna lie about that. But I never did really get into Muslims. I kind of got into Egyptian type stuff. So they was like, oh yeah, that was the first one. That's where Christianity come from. You know what I'm saying? So I took a look into that. And that's when I was kind of, you know what I'm saying? It was kind of, you know what I'm saying? And when I came across the Sinettas and the Setis and all that type of information, it was almost around the same time whenever them little Zionist videos was coming out. They was, you know what I'm saying? You know, they was talking about the 9/11, talking about, you know, the Christians and, you know, how that, you know what I'm saying, was talking about, you know, but that was the first time that I was seeing that the Christians was connected to the Egyptians. And then the nigga got on the motherfucking, you know what I'm saying, Sinettas and the Setis and started getting them lessons, you know what I'm saying? But a nigga like me got, you know what I'm saying, when I was raised up as a Christian, I ain't never read the Bible though. But the conversations have been around. You know what I'm saying? If I was going to go spend a night at one of my partners' house, it was for sure that niggas was going to church on that Sunday morning. You ain't getting around that. And some of my kin folks. So when I bring that up to say that they not coming over here, majority of the Africans that's coming over here, that they not coming over here Christians, they coming over here Muslims. And we gonna take a look at some of what they got going on. We're gonna take a look at some of the of what they got going on, because I do find it interesting that Pan-African Americans are not making no reactions to whatever they got going on, but making a reaction to FBA's Black Indians, Aboriginals of America, about how they been here. They don't have no connection with Africa. This is America. We stand over here. They about over here. But then again, just like I say, and this ain't no shot at the Africans or the Muslims, because they doing whatever we doing. I mean, they doing whatever they doing. But I'm speaking up for, I guess, the brethren, the brothers that's from the America. And it's a split because it's some blacks that's saying, I ain't got no connection to Africa. I don't want to hear nothing about Africa. Why are you talking about Africa to me? I'm not African descent. But then you got the brothers that saying, you excuse me, but you ashamed to be an African. You going against your African ancestors, and it's a fight. But they done got so twisted in their head to where it's all Africa, and all Africa, to the point where I just played that little clip in the beginning where the Africans is saying that the blacks was already over here, black people was already over here, and then on top of that, a lot of the Africans is saying that we not Africans. They saying that we would have been able to obtain the language. We would have been able to maintain the language. So just like I said, we got Pan-African Americans that's telling us about Africa, do this and do that, do this and do that about Africa, and trying to correct us on how we talk to white people on YouTube. But it's not gonna say nothing to the Africans that's coming over here and practicing whatever they practicing and not transitioning automatically, or not automatically, but transitioning fully into American ways and American ties. They're not doing that. Even when Africans are saying this is their historical homeland, insinuating that they peoples was already here. And I don't see no type of pushback at all. Matter of fact, they say, why are you hating on them? They saying, why are you hating on the Muslims? And we not hating on the Muslims by just bringing up what's going on. But I am hating on the Pan-African Americans that's always trying to police FBA Black Indians and Aboriginals of America, but don't have nothing to say about foreigners, people that they don't even know, just because they got the label Africa on them. They good money. They trust them more than they trust us, and that's why I'm saying, Trump, please come get these niggas for seditious behavior. I told these niggas that it's a third world program for these niggas to sign up. These niggas don't like being in America. These niggas always talking shit about America. These niggas always is going at America. Now, I'm not saying that niggas shouldn't be trying to get America right. I'm not saying that you shouldn't right grievances. I'm not saying that we shouldn't correct the wrong. But what I am saying is that I'm from America. Always been in America. My ancestors always been in America. Was found in America, and we pushing the American line. And this is what we do over here in America. And anything coming up outside of America, coming to trying to change how America is a problem. And it's coming from the within. It's coming from within. And I'm telling you, Trump, that these is the type of niggas that you got to be on the lookout for, because yeah, they may seem like they are knowledgeable, intellectual, square type dudes, square type black men that got good jobs and shit like that. And they telling on everything that the real niggas is doing, you know what I'm saying, out here. They putting a highlight and they putting a scope on what real niggas is doing to try to say these niggas is embarrassing to the black community. These niggas is this, they making us look bad, woo 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 woo. Knowing they shouldn't even be in niggas' business like that, for one. But not gonna say that Africans that's coming over and that's claiming, even though they saying they from whatever country they coming from descent, not saying they African descent, they saying wherever they coming from descent, but they also get up under the banner of black, because we all black. And they ain't saying whatever they doing is making us look bad. They ain't saying none of that. And all they gonna do, because they gonna try to get all us locked up, all this police ass shit these niggas be doing. But all they gonna do, and these niggas is also saying, should nobody be a goddamn trillionaire over here? But these hoe ass niggas will go over to another country and team up with a trillionaire over there to try to come shake some shit over here. I'm trying to tell you, these niggas is traitors turned coats. And these niggas is the worst niggas. And they think they doing it for, I guess, to be a smart person. To be intellectual. So they can have conversations with white people. I don't care about no white people or kind of what they got going on, but I am an American. And I am over here. And all my aunties and peoples grew up as Christians. So I find it goofy as hell for niggas to be in the greatest country ever, and niggas coming over here from niggas don't even know none of these motherfucking names. Oh, niggas just finding out these country names, really. No family ties, no tribe ties at all. And niggas just trying to tell Americans how to live in America and change the fucking law. So if niggas is saying, oh yeah, you talking like a Republican. You talking like a white nationalist. I don't give a damn, nigga. I'm an American. And it's America first. Over anything. We talk about some other countries. We finna take a look and see how these specific group, how they kind of move within their religions and over there. So we finna check out my nigga, you know what I'm saying, my nigga Battle Truth, because he be spitting a little bit of information on the motherfucking on religion sometimes, you know what I'm saying, a good breakdown on Christianity. And I found it kind of interesting on some of the information that he did come with about Muslims and about how it's basically coming over here. It's spreading and it's coming over here. And it ain't what black people need to be on. But you know, to each his own. You know what I'm saying? I think I got some partners that's Muslims, and you know what I'm saying, that did that. But niggas gonna have to take a real look at this, because with the other little video that I seen the other day, It was a Muslim. It was a black Muslim, and he was breaking down as far as he am a Muslim, and which I'll show that video later on. This may be a part 2 type thing. He was breaking down on he felt like that the Muslims is putting the black Muslims over here in a weird position because they don't want them pushing no American shit. They want, but they want them pushing the Muslim line, and that's what I'm talking about. That's the point right there. They want niggas to push Muslim lines instead of American lines within America. And you got some Democratic white people letting this shit ride, and you got goofy ass black slave catcher Pan-African niggas, Pan-African Americans that's taking their same talking points and feeding to the squares and the purrs. And thinking they really doing something, but they really in the way of some real shit. Because when it really come down, and the really Muslims come over here, and the Africans come over here deep, and they come over here deep in the motherfucker doing their thing, they not gonna be telling them to stop doing that shit, whatever they doing. They not gonna be telling them that you can't do your religion, you can't do this, you can't do this. They not gonna say that. They're gonna say do all that, and they trying to stop whatever we got going over here, and these niggas need to get completely out the way. Please come get these niggas for seditious behavior towards the American people, but particularly the FBA Black Indians of America. Now make sure that you're pulled up and rolled up. I'm glad that you showed up to comment, like, subscribe, tell a friend, and do it again. Now this is Battle Truth, man. Go on and go holler at Battle Truth. He really coming from the rap battle sector. You know what I'm saying? The rap battle sector. But he done been through a lot. He's a Christian, and he got some good knowledge about the situation that I want to share with the peoples. Definitely go subscribe. You know what I'm saying? I done got into it with Battle Truth. He done blocked me, and you know what I'm saying? But I still look at the bigger picture. I still fuck with real niggas, even though I argue with motherfuckers and we get into it with motherfuckers. I got love for motherfuckers. I want motherfuckers to know that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I may argue with you. I may disagree. We may disagree to agree. But I still got love for you, and I still take heed of what you say, of what black people say. Because I'm a black person in America. And I take heed to what black people say if they feel like they trying to get off some information, or they feel like, you know what I'm saying, but they trying to put out some information that can help people. I'm about that. So yeah, I done bumped heads with a lot of niggas, and this and that, whoop whoop whoop. A lot of words have been said, and it can still be handled on that level, but I'd rather for it not to be handled on that level, to where we can still have a battle of the minds to try to get to a point, because we trying to get somewhere with the information. We came together because of the information, as far as, me on this YouTube shit, you know what I'm saying? I come on here for the information for the peoples and history and how we, and what's going to be going forward. So, man, make sure that you're pulled up and rolled up. I'm glad that you showed up to comment, like, subscribe, tell a friend, and do it again.
Christianity is facing an existential threat in Nigeria. Thousands of Christians are being killed. Radical Islamists are responsible for this mass slaughter. And new this morning, rapper Nicki Minaj also thanking President Trump. Quote, reading this made me feel a deep sense of gratitude. We live in a country where we can freely worship God. No group should ever be persecuted for practicing their religion. We don't have to share the same beliefs in order for us to respect each other. Numerous countries all around the world are being affected by this horror, and it's dangerous to pretend that we don't notice. Thank you to the president and his team for taking this seriously. God bless every persecuted Christian. Let's remember to lift them up in prayer.
Now, Nikki made this statement. It's sad to say, not caring about her career or anything political, just understanding like this is terrible to see that hundreds of thousands of Black Nigerians, Christians, are being murdered and killed because they believe in Jesus Christ. And Christian persecution literally is going on all over the country. That's more evidence. The world. That's even more evidence.
All you Buster Pan-African Americans, what make y'all think they wouldn't do this over here once they get so deep? What make you think they wouldn't do this over here once they get so deep? We're going to get more into how they think because he used to be a Muslim. And he going to break some shit down, and we're going to get into some Muslims that's breaking some Black Muslims that's from America that's breaking that shit down, and they feel weird and they feeling some type of way because they know but they know these people knowledge, and they know that it's really not truly not right for Black people.
But to know that it's true,
especially for the Black FBA, Black Indian Christians of America,
that you have these Christians who know that they believe in Jesus Christ will mean their life or liberty, and still willing to stand for Jesus Christ, even facing death. Not like these weak Americans, you know what I mean, who's so damn comfortable in the democracy we have that's been keeping us safe because this is a Christian nation.
That go to you Buster Pan-African Americans. Exactly what he's saying. Y'all been feeling so safe over here. Y'all feel like y'all can talk and be able to go outside the box, going way outside y'all body to do some shit, nigga. Y'all niggas supposed to get y'all head cut off on, nigga. And you going against your family, nigga. You going against the niggas over here in America, nigga. Because you so dicked out a nigga about this motherfucking Democrat shit, nigga. And these niggas is the party of slavery. You goofy ass niggas.
They taking advantage of, and the only reason why it's successful is because of Christianity in the United States of America. Whether you accept it or not, it is a Christian nation, the biggest Christian nation in the world, by which it is the most powerful, and why God bless it so much, because of his son, who died on the cross for all our sins that people take for granted every day. So Nicki Minaj comes out in defense of our president, who took it upon himself to do something about these atrocities and this genocide that's going on of these Muslims killing Christians because they love Jesus Christ, which is exposing them as being cowards. Because why do you wage a war on a peaceful religion who only wants you to accept Jesus so that you could live forever, so that you could know that God loves you, so that you can be forgiven of your sins and become the best man and woman you ever been in Jesus Christ? Why is that a problem? Why is that a bother? Because the enemy don't want you to be saved. The enemy don't want you to have eternal life. The enemy wants this wickedness and evilness to continue on because it does its bidding and murdering and division. That's why. Now, Nikki take it upon herself not caring about her career, not caring about what people may think and feel. Moved by the Spirit of God to put out this post that's drawing attention to bring more awareness to the murder and genocide that's going on in Nigeria and other Christians all over the world, and also bringing a light to the Lord Jesus Christ, by which we have eternal salvation. So she takes it upon herself, knowing that this may cause her some backlash, not caring of what it may cause and how it may affect her in her career against this demonic, satanic, demonic, liberal, democratic parties that's going on that we gonna show. Not caring about that, but understanding that there are people that literally suffers every day through true persecution. In other countries, women being raped, their titties chopped off, their heads chopped off, their babies being burnt, sold into slavery, human trafficking, forced to become Muslims, forced to marry Muslims, forced to have their children as a result of believing in Jesus Christ. And she took it upon herself to speak out against this, and literally encouraging the president of the United States to do something about it. Not only her, but before I even play this other thing, let me show y'all this right here. Look at this demonic, democratic, liberal party that continue to get exposed, as being a party of Satan. Watch this.
How these so-called pro-black activists in 2025 supposed to be the smartest, supposed to be the most knowledgeable, supposed to be the most one that can get to all the sources? How they missing this? How they not understanding? How they so dicked out over these democratic points when they not? They really not seeing the play. I'm not really understanding how these grown black men in America is not seeing the play. But they call everybody else pseudo. We dealing with people that moving on the spiritual realm. The spiritual move them. So that's a different type of fight. You got to tap into a spiritual to be able to be on point. Because it's trickery and foolery. And I may need to get back into the motherfucking nigga like me may need to read the book. May need to go get a good word here and there sometime. I ain't been in church in a long time. Years. But it's a spiritual war that's going on that we're going to have to deal with when we dealing with these Africans coming over here to America. Because they not moving like us. They moving on the word of the Muslims, not on some American shit. And these niggas is gonna side with them over us.
Like I told you guys at the beginning of this video, you have people like Nicki Minaj speaking out about this, right? I think she's probably the only major Hollywood or, rapper, celebrity to speak out on this that I've heard, that I've seen. And of course, to speak out on this that I've heard, that I've seen. And of course, leftists are upset, right? They're boohoo, whining, crying, and they're melting down because they're now claiming that Nicki Minaj is a Trump supporter.
Now, Nicki, when they drag you for aligning yourself with that orange man, I'm not going to have anything to say. I feel like Christianity has successfully completed its mission in controlling Black people.
See what I mean? It would be a homosexual who's literally...
And it be the goofy Pan-Africans too that be going at Black people that be doing whatever their spirituality is, knowing that they aunties, grandmas, and they peoples is into Christianity, have been into Christianity, grew up in the church. Probably done moved away from it, but they grew up in it. Even though that the church is kind of getting suspect, but it's still a spiritual warfare on earth. Niggas got to be on point for that. And I feel like these goofy ass niggas move just like these sweet ass niggas. These niggas be having the same talking points.
Coming out, who's in rebellion against God, who's in rebellion against family, who's in rebellion against children, who's in rebellion against anything good that comes from God. That's what they do. That's why they hate the Republican Party and conservative rights, because the majority of them are Christians.
And I don't even consider myself a conservative or Republican. It's just the motherfucking common sense. The common fucking sense. I only voted one time in my life for the first time when Obama went up first time. Nigga was young. Niggas like, oh shit, them niggas don't let a black person be president. But then I never heard the nigga talk to black people. I never heard him have a message for black people, so I didn't fuck with a nigga the second time. I ain't never really fucked with it since. But a nigga can still look and see what the fuck going on in front of a nigga and see what's coming. And I'm telling you, these bust ass Pan-African American ass niggas is gonna have already turned on the niggas here. And they want this motherfucker to be an African Muslim run country. They not gonna step to, these niggas haven't stepped to the African niggas. They made a video yet saying them niggas need to calm that shit down. Y'all niggas need to tighten up. Because at the end of the day, it ain't gonna go like that. We let y'all do whatever y'all do. And it seemed like that, but niggas had came over here on some Civil War shit back in 91, which we gonna get into that. Nigga figured, like, damn, there's a lot of shit going on. And these niggas gonna side with them over the niggas over here. Because these niggas so dicked out about this motherfucking word African descent.
Stand on biblical principles that they are against. Look at it. A man acting like he's a woman. Ain't nothing more shameful than that. When a man trying to take the place of a woman who programmed his mind to operate as if he's a woman, knowing he look at a penis every day when he go use the bathroom. And he's psychologically supposed to be giving us knowledge when he can't make right decisions for his own self, when he struggle with his own identity, when he rejects God and accept the lie because he lived for ungodly pleasures. He don't even see that it's gross and inhumane and unnatural for another man to leave semen in his belly. He don't see nothing wrong with that. Desiring to want to give oral sex to another man. He don't see nothing wrong with that. He think it's natural. And he have normalized evil, but want to slander God and want to speak out against Christianity in an American nation that is Christian, by which he have been safe, liberated, and taken advantage of all the labor that come with Christianity and being an American citizen. United States is a Christian society. You don't like it, get out of it. Because they the ones that's corrupting it. They the ones that's hurting it. They the ones that's trying to change it. This is a Christian nation, whether you like it or not. One nation under God. into the republic by which it stands. Understand that. Leave. You got a problem with it, leave. They don't want to leave. They just want to complain. They want the benefits of the Christian society by which they get, but at the same time want to attack it. Leave.
That's these Pan-African American ass niggas. These niggas got the same characteristics. And you say, well, shit, nigga, why don't you just go to motherfucking Africa, nigga? But you act like you a player. You act like you P, nigga, go over there and go get 10 wives. Man, them niggas to cut off your motherfucking head, nigga, will go over there, nigga, popping that shit the same way that we be popping that shit over here. Stop it. I'm trying to tell you, them niggas is gonna let the niggas come in through the back door. These niggas, the Pan-African Americans, is gonna let the Muslims from Africa come through the back door and take over America. Because for one, they atheists and they all about the money.
You know you're free to leave, right? Stop trying to change what God blessed in success. That's the only reason why the United States is great. Because it was built on Christianity. Principles of the Bible. That's what the Constitution is built around. That's what the laws is built around. The Bible, the 10 Commandments. Yahweh Elohim, who is also our Lord Jesus Christ. And you hate him because you choose dick over God. Let's just be honest. They don't want these truths. Well, I'm going to tell the truth. You reject.
And that's the same way they reject America for Africa. And don't know nobody in Africa. The niggas ain't never been over there. But they reject America, which almost in a sense is God, because this is a Christian nation that's built off the Christian values, and we living within this right now. We living from we living off what was gained, and even though it was probably through wars, but we living it right now. In the year 2025, we got the best country on earth. The number one country on earth. United States of America. And it's people from within that's trying to bring it down. And they would be okay more with teaming up with people from outside the country to come inside the country to turn over the country. And people ain't peeping the play. But I'm peeping it though.
The living God because you chose dick over God. How shameful. How dare y'all? How dare y'all be comfortable in the freedom of the United States by which it was built on a Christian society to not have compassion for those who not as privileged, who being murdered, killed, raped, burnt, sold into slavery, beaten, children abducted. And y'all comfortable in a Christian society and trying to speak against those who are suffering and need to be liberated, helped. You ain't gonna go to war. You ain't gonna fight. You're gonna complain and shut your damn mouth. That's what they do. These people terrible. They wicked and evil. Seeds of Satan trying to destroy us from the inside. They are God-hating, baby-hating, family-hating, homosexual uplifting, wicked, evil, satanic community. That's what they are. They hate anything of God that's good. Ain't nothing shameful than a man trying to take the place of a woman. Get up out of here.
Its mission in controlling black people, because Nikki hasn't said anything about the genocides going on in the world, all the shit going on in the political world, and this is the first issue you want to talk about?
Right, who cares? It starts now. You know why? Because they covering it up and they not literally televising all the murder and rape that's going on in other countries. It don't matter when she opened her mouth. She opened it. She said something now. And you should stand behind it because it's blacks that's being murdered just like you are black. But you will move and march on a Black Lives Matters homosexual campaign. You'll rally and get behind that. So do Black Lives Matter or it don't? Or are you just talking about American Black lives? Not the African Black lives. Y'all dumbasses out of here. Just say these people terrible. Christianity don't control black people. Jesus, let that be clear. Jesus said, if you preaching my word and telling them about me and they don't want to hear it, look, just kick the dust off your sandals and leave. How is that control? Because you don't want to address your sins. You don't want to acknowledge that you need a savior. You don't want to admit you need help. You done screwed yourself up in your brain and you are an enemy to the living God as a result of choosing dick over him. That's all this is about. Because if you wanted to do right and if you wanted to do good by people, you would.
These niggas is choosing Africa over America. It's the same thing as these niggas choosing Africa over America. And then on top of that, these niggas know that Africa sold their peoples to America. How the hell you gonna be cool with people that done sold your peoples? It come out. The story come out, nigga, the white man didn't even have to get off the boat, nigga. Oh, goofy nigga, we finna dive into this.
Have no problem with God. The reason why you reject the Lord Jesus Christ is because you don't want to do good by people. You don't want to do right by God. And you don't want to do right by yourself. Look how you violated yourself as a man, only for it to then hurt others. You can't even make right decisions for yourself.
We're Phoenix Energy, a family-owned oil company focused on unleashing American oil from North Dakota and
These Pan-African goofy-ass niggas can't make decisions for themselves. They rely on Democratic talking points.
Get up out of here. These people evil as hell. They hate Christianity because it faces their truth that they don't want to see, that they don't want to look at. These people can't even honestly look in the mirror without being ashamed of what they have become. Let's look at some more of this.
And you want to align yourself with Trump in the name of Christianity? Girl, you know I love you. You know I love you, but I'm a talk to you how I talk to my mom when she be doing wrong things now. Because when they drag you for aligning with that right-wing extremist orange man, I'm out.
Right-wing extremist orange man, who's the president of the United States, keeping us safe from terrorists trying to come in to kill us and murder us, who hitting us from the borders, flooding us with all illegal immigrants, flooding us with drugs, sponsored by terrorism. Y'all so damn dumb, it ain't even funny, man. Y'all don't even have a clue of what's going on. Y'all are ignorant to life. Y'all are ignorant to life. Y'all have no clue of what's going on. So let me bring you some truth that you don't get. So that Islamic murdering, slaughtering that's going on all over the country, all over the world. Do you know why? Let me educate you, idiots, because I know y'all don't know nothing. This is why. This is why. You see all of their countries in red and it's steady growing and growing.
These niggas gonna tell me, these niggas are trying to tell me that Muslims don't run Africa. These niggas so caught up in niggas over here in America saying they black Indians, they black Aboriginals, they from America, they never been to Africa. These niggas so dicked out that these niggas don't even recognize that Africa is ran by an East Indian ideology. Africa is ran by an East Indian ideology, and they saying that niggas over here can't be black Indians. It's a misnomer. Man, these niggas make me sick, man. That's why I be going at these niggas in their chat, and I hit they motherfucking live, and I go at these niggas, and I make these niggas ban me. I make these niggas ban me. I make these niggas turn bitch, nigga. I bring the bitch out these niggas. These hoe ass niggas want motherfucking America to be like this. These niggas want America to be like this. And I'm gonna bring some more information on what they doing within these territories and how they getting down. Cause it ain't no American shit. It ain't no shit that we doing. It ain't no shit that we own.
Because they vow to take over the world. And anybody that will not become a Muslim or Islam, they are to be executed and murdered because they are enemies to their faith. This is biblical prophecy that's coming to pass right before your very eyes that the Bible talk about in Revelation chapter 13 when dealing with the Antichrist, who will also be a Muslim leader. This Antichrist will put his own system in play by which the world will have to go under. That's where we get the mark of the beast, the 666. And whoever do not comply, the method of execution will be beheading. Islam is the only religion that beheads people. And a lot of those Nigerians over there are also being beheaded. In other Muslim countries also, they are beheading them according to their faith, by which the Bible said this is what they will do. It will be a religious military in the last days. It will be the army that the Satan will use as his weapon to conquer and take over the world, to bring in Sharia law, by which if you're not a Muslim, you are to be murdered, executed, extorted, taxed, raped, and beheaded. You ignorant, dumb ass people who have no idea and clue of what's going on. Just stupid and foolish and ignorantly just speaking out of your ass because you don't have no brains. Everything is sexual with you people. Just demonic.
Everything is African with these people. Everything is African with these people instead of America.
Have no idea what's going on, and it's happening right before your very eyes. They are on record saying there's only two countries that's stopping them from taking over the world: the United States of America and the nation of Israel. They say,
and these hoe ass niggas want to be on their team. These hoe ass niggas gonna let these niggas through the back door. And with these motherfucking weird ass motherfucking Democrats.
That they are the big and little Satan. The United States, they are on record saying there's only two countries that's stopping them from taking over the world: the United States of America and the nation of Israel. They say that They are the big and little Satan, the United States and Israel. The United States is the big Satan and Israel is the little Satan. And those are the only, look, even the enemies of the world is on record saying this. If it wasn't for the United States and if it wasn't for Israel, we would have already took over the world. That's what's going on here. That's what's going on. You ignorant, foolish people. Especially when you get these dumb Americans who's safe in America just speaking out saying ignorant, stupid things because of the democracy you have as a result of Christianity. And when y'all be talking about slavery, y'all whitewash it so much in your ignorance, you don't even know what's going on. That even the transatlantic European slave trade got their slaves from the Arab Muslims, from the Muslims, who the Bible said clearly would be the slave traders of the world, the Ishmaelites. And Ishmael is the father of the Muslims. They are the descendants of Ishmael. And they were the world's slave traders and still is to this very day. Y'all don't even know what y'all talking about. On the way to hell. You going to hell because you want to suck a dick. You going to hell because you want to get fucked in the ass.
You going to hell because you want Africa over America. You going to hell because you want Africa over America. Over the United States of America.
Yeah, they need to hear this, as graphic as it is. Because they try to sugarcoat it and try to desensitize it. We're not going to desensitize it. We're going to tell the truth of exactly what it is. You choose sucking dick and getting fucked in the ass over.
You choose Africa over America. Goofy ass niggas.
God. Terrible. When you can get a wife and woman to do that and do it the right way. But you don't want to. Because the heart and mind is in rebellion to the living God. That you don't get, that you going to hell for something that you could have honestly did with your wife. But you rather a man do it. Because that's your way of provoking God.
You could have did everything you talking about over here in America. But you want to do it for Africa. Goofy ass niggas.
And tearing down your own nature. Because you are in agreement with Satan, who's your God and your Father. And listen to some more of these evil people.
Oh, girl, I'm gonna have to stay silent.
Someone out there must
Another
know what is going on with Nicki Minaj. Has she been possessed? Has her accounts been hacked?
These are the type of Democrats that they following. In the year 2025, these pro-black activists, these are the Democrats that they following.
Here's homosexuals saying, what is going on with Nicki Minaj? Like she is retarded and out of her mind. Have she been possessed? That look like possession, don't it? Don't this look like possession? If anything, how y'all gonna be mad at Nicki Minaj for standing on truth? And as a black woman, she is appalled and ashamed and bothered by the murdering of black people all over the world.
I feel some type of way about it because my aunties and my cousins is Christians. And what make you think they not gonna do that Sharia law over here whenever they get so deep? What make you think they not gonna do that? Y'all niggas goofy as hell.
Being executed because they love God. Peaceful people, peaceful communities who didn't do nothing wrong but worship God. Being chopped and burnt and raped and tortured. And y'all saying she crazy for wanting our president to stand up for these people and do something about it. And y'all calling her possessed and demonic, and y'all literally men believing y'all women. This homosexual, wicked, evil demonic party campaign, y'all want her to be under that umbrella, but not an umbrella of truth, not an umbrella of morality, justice, integrity, principle, value, God, family, life. These people are evil. They literally trying to burn down America from within. This is what they doing.
These are the same type of these Pan-African American niggas. These niggas is choosing Africa over America. When Africa is ran by East Indians with the Muslim ideology.
They are viciously evil. It was the homosexuals that murdered Charlie Kirk. It was the homosexuals that attempted to kill Donald Trump 3 different times. It was the homosexuals that ran up in those schools and shot up those kids. Because see, when you play these games with the devil, he mentally take control over your mind and your soul. When you play with dark forces, you don't have them on a leash. They have you on a leash. And when you're playing with these dark forces, you become their slave. You do their bidding. They operate through you. These lying satanic propagandas y'all putting out here, just evil and wicked, as you labor in the fat and greed of America by being a Christian nation. Then y'all try to speak against it. Leave then. They're not gonna leave because they know it ain't no other place better than this Christian nation by which they enjoy being a part of, but at the same time try to speak against it. Because they know if they was in them other countries, they'll be murdered, they'll be killed, they'll be beheaded.
Build a website you love with Wix. For your words,
ain't nothing worse than a man trying to take the place of a woman.
Is she actually doing the thing? What is the tea? Why is she supporting Trump?
Ain't nothing worse than a nigga from America, from the United States of America, caking hard than a motherfucker for Africa. Ain't nothing worse than that, man.
The bars are back in battle because Nicki Minaj is a Trump supporter. Well, that's what people are claiming because she reposted Donald Trump's post today, acknowledging what's going on in Nigeria, thanking him for putting some spotlight on it. Now, my breakdown of it, the way I thought about it, honestly, this is tone deaf and coming from a place of privilege. Nicki Minaj is an immigrant. So with our current...
So she's speaking coming from a place of privilege. She don't really mean what she say, but because she's been so privileged, she's just speaking. And it's even terrible when you hear black people saying this. They don't even care about their own. They don't even care about these black men, women, and children being murdered and killed. How do y'all have any? We knew that the Democrats, liberals, was going to say something against this. Why would anybody have anything to say against this? This is something you should want. This is something you should want. You should want our military forces to go in and stop them from killing these men, women, and children, especially when you black, because the victims are black. Y'all love to say Donald Trump is racist. He don't like black people, but yet he putting it all on the line for them. Y'all love to try to say he don't like black folks, but he keep on helping them out. He can keep on giving them things. Y'all people is so terrible. It ain't even funny, man. I can't stand these ungodly, wicked, evil people, man. They are terrible. I'm talking about they have the mouth of their father, the devil. They literally do. They literally have the tongues of their father, Satan.
Status.
That's the same way I feel about these goofy ass niggas, man. Going against America. And don't even really know what the fuck going on. Just in the way.
of this country, it is odd that with everything going on with immigration in this country, that she would be thanking him right now. On top of the fact that this happened today on November 1st, when SNAP benefits were cut off, some of her supporters are also going to be very upset with him.
And SNAP benefits should be off. You know how many people take advantage of SNAP benefits? You know how many drug dealers got food stamp cards? You know how many healthy people who actually is able to get jobs and walking around with food stamp cards? Because all you got to do is say, hey, I ain't got nothing to eat. And they give a food stamp card to anybody, even though you got a refrigerator full of food. Hustling the government. They needed to take control over that situation. You know how many people in my family got food stamp cards who don't supposed to have them? I've been guilty of that myself before. What are you talking about? Stop playing these games. You know how many people taking advantage of Section 8, project housings, food stamps? That wasn't supposed to be something you own for the rest of your life. That's supposed to help you out in your time of need till you get back on your feet, not making a career out of living in the projects, not making a career on Section 8, not making a career on food stamps. Get off your ass and do something for yourself. If a man don't work, he don't eat. That's scripture. You know how many women take advantage of SNAP? Taking credit cards, going and buy seafood boils for $80 and $90. Really? They gave you food stamps to go buy crabs and lobsters? You giving food stamp to Netflix and chill with your nigga, your side guy? You on Section 8, but wearing Versace and Chanel's and every type of designer clothes you can buy. But you on Section 8. But you in the projects. Your whole closet is designer. Get up out of here, man. You people been abusing the government for so damn long that you dependent on it. Oh, they couldn't knock down. What we gonna do? Get a job? Get off your ass and work? Do that. Because they ain't cutting off food stamps to the people who really need it. But for the people who don't need it and taking advantage of it, yes, you deserve to be cut off. Get the hell out of here. Stop lying so much. That's all y'all do is lie.
Because he did not approve the emergency funding for SNAP. It is a place of privilege. Nicki Minaj pays millions of dollars in taxes in this country every year. So immigration to her,
she got a job,
not as weighing, I would say, than the average day undocumented individual.
She paid millions of dollars because she got a job. Get off your ass and get a job so that you can pay some taxes, so that you could be beneficial to the economy. Hell up out of here.
Don't understand what she is thanking him for. He did not say he was going to do anything in this message. That's my confusion because it's very vague.
That's a lie. He did say he gonna do something. You liar. You steady lying. He clearly said we're gonna cut off your funding and all type of help that we've been giving y'all, and we coming in with our military. So before we come in, I'm giving you the option. I'm giving you a chance to do something about this situation. Because when we come in, it won't be no excuses, and we getting rid of them fast and quick. And since y'all wipe them out, we gonna wipe them out. What the hell you talking about? He immediately took action and made it public so that he can stand on it. We have a president of action who take care of business and been doing it since he's been in office. And the American people benefit from it. It's just this leftist, homosexual, racist community that hate God and family and children that's against anything real and true.
And these Pan-African goofy ass niggas fall right in that motherfucking group. These niggas fall right in the group. Black men from America.
They trying to destroy us from the inside. I can't stand the Democratic Party. It is an evil, wicked, racist, homosexual loving, God hating, baby hating campaign party. That's what it is. I can't stand it. And this is a prime example of it right here. Why are y'all having anything to say about Nigerians being murdered and killed? We all should shut the hell up, let the president do his job, stand on business, that these people can be liberated and free, just like y'all are in this Christian society. Y'all are in the United States, a Christian society. If you don't like Jesus Christ living in a Christian society, get your ass out and leave. And we'll be a better place. I guarantee you we'll be a better place if all y'all God-hating, homosexual-loving, baby-hating, family division, Democrat liberals get the hell up out of here. This will be a better country. I guarantee you it will.
This go for all you bust-ass niggas that don't like America. I told you, motherfucker, Trump got a third world program for y'all niggas. Right now, nigga go sign up, nigga got a third world program for y'all niggas. Get y'all hoe ass niggas up out the way, nigga.
It's like we will now consider Nigeria to be a particular country of concern, and he's gonna get some staff people to look into it. But he didn't say he was doing anything. Like, that's where my confusion is. For this to be a whole repost on your page, and you're Nicki Minaj, and you want to thank Donald Trump for talking about something, this is in no way to not say that we should not help Nigeria. We absolutely should if we are able to. I just also think we have to help ourselves. So without
shut your dumb ass up. We already helping ourselves. We got enough damn help. Ain't no damn problem here but y'all. Y'all are the problem. If y'all shut the hell up and live an honest life, we'll be okay. Y'all creating the problem here. We good. We good enough to help Nigeria and other countries. Stop all this weak ass game talking about, oh, we need to help ourselves first. No, we need to help the people over there getting raped, murdered, killed for nothing because they believe in Jesus Christ. Shut your dumb ass up.
Nicki Minaj acknowledging what's going on in this country she lives in, she's gonna feel like she has to be a supporter of his because she's not criticizing any of the things that he's doing. She's thanking him, and she's an immigrant.
Somebody take the phone right now, please. This is getting out of control. She over here thinking that orange man with the wig that's fried dyed into the side. Like, what's going on? And I feel like we all knew this was coming because she kept tagging that man in her tweets like he was going to help her with her beef with Rock Nation. Like, please. I know she was upset because people were saying that what Keisha Kaur does for...
Why is all the men homosexuals? Please explain that to me. Why are all the men homosexuals speaking out? Like, come on. What is going on here? This is retarded.
Man, when he's having an episode, which is protect him from the world, take his phone, delete all of his social media from his phones. She was upset because people were saying that her husband needs to do the same for her. But at this point, somebody needs to do it. When you think about her fan base in and of itself, this is not the alignment that you should be having. As a matter of fact, well, she shouldn't be having an alignment with Donald Trump, who's against homosexuality, who's a supporter of God, who is against abortion, who's against homosexuality, who's against illegal immigration, but she should be aligning herself up with baby haters who support abortion, but they living. The hypocrisy in that. You support abortion, but you alive. You eating, you drinking, you smiling, you happy, you making money, you married, you making kids, but you going to deprive unborn the same right that your mama and them gave you? The nerve of you. How demonic is that? How demonic is that? Y'all so wicked and evil, y'all don't even know that when you kill a baby, you're not just getting rid of one baby. You're getting rid of that baby's not only possible family that he or she might have had, but even their children and their children and their children. So when you killing one, you actually commit mass genocide or murder. You didn't just wipe out one child. You got rid of their whole family, your grandchildren and children. You wicked, evil, satanic hypocrites. That's what you are. That's what y'all are. They hate God. They hate babies. They hate family. They hate the truth. They hate women. People are evil. But she's supposed to align herself with homosexuals. She's supposed to align herself with baby killers. She's supposed to align herself with God haters. Get the hell up out of here, man. People terrible.
A Black Caribbean woman shouldn't be wanting to align herself with all that's going on in this country right now.
You know what's going on in this country? The Democrat, liberal, homosexual movement. If y'all was gone, we wouldn't have no problem at all. I guarantee you it. If y'all was gone, we wouldn't have no problem. Y'all starting the mess. Y'all involved in the mess. Y'all ideology is terrible. Y'all messing up the country. Y'all the reason why violence is high. Y'all the reason why babies are being raped and molested. Y'all the reason why diseases is on a uprise. Y'all are the ones that's hurting this country, and y'all are terrible. Y'all are lazy. You don't want to do nothing, and you are against the Republican Party because it forces you to get off your ass and do something about yourself and stop being a complaining victim, looking for faults and excuses for why you don't have nothing. And the real fact of the matter is you won't get off your lazy ass and do something. That's the problem.
Like, this is shameful. Take the phone.
No, it's shameful to be a man allowing another man to shove his dick down your throat. That's shameful. It is shameful of you being a man allowing another man to bend you over and leave his sperm in your damn belly, in your anus, on your face, on your chest. That's shameful. When you allowing that to happen as a man pretending to be a woman, that's shameful. Going against the living God, that's shameful. Partnering up with Satan, that's shameful. Supporting the murdering of children and the unborn, that's shameful. That's shameful. The nerve of y'all.
United States is now deeming Nigeria a country of particular interest because of the killing of Christians by Boko Haram.
Why is she quoting the killing of Christians like it's not really happening, like it's really not going on? These people are so damn dumb and retarded. It ain't even funny, man. Like, these people are terrible. They are terrible. They are dumb as hell. But notice, they're Americans in the Christian society. Get out. Get out of this Christian society. Get out of it. Of the laws in the country that actually protects you as a result of it coming from the Bible, the Constitution, because it comes from the Bible. Get up out of here.
I want to be very clear about this. Boko Haram is a horrific group that has indeed killed thousands of Christians in Nigeria.
Okay, then shut the hell up. Shut your damn mouth. Shut your damn mouth. Stop trying to make it look anything differently. Shut your damn mouth. Or go over there. You go over there and get raped. You go over there and get burnt. You go over there and get your damn head chopped off. Shut the hell up. Because you ain't going on the battlefield. And it's obvious you enjoying this Christian freedom over here. Leave.
But the primary victims of Boko Haram are Muslim.
You a damn lie. You just lied again. You a damn lie. You just lied again. Who told you that? Matter of fact, man, forget these stupid, dumb, indoctrinized, wicked, evil people that work for Satan. We're gonna let the people who suffering over there by themselves talk. We're gonna tell y'all who they want. The hell with what any one of y'all saying. Let's see what the people over there saying and how they really feel. Now, here's a black pastor in Nigeria standing over a stack of bodies that's been murdered and killed by these Muslims because of their faith in Jesus Christ. Literally standing in a hole with bodies piled on top of each other. Children and women and men. Let's see what they have to say. Forget these dumbass, lazy, wicked, evil people in America, this democratic liberal movement, homosexual movement in America, just talking out the side of their ass. Forget what they say. Let's listen to the ones who really suffer. Let's listen to who they calling out to come save them. Because they not calling out for China. They're not calling out for Russia. They're not calling out for India. They're not calling out for the European nations. Let's see who they calling to come help them.
Look at this.
We are tired to be outside performing burial every day. And they expect us to silence. Now is an order. Nigerian government came out openly and denied there is no massacre.
The Nigerian government came out and openly denied before the world that there's no mass murdering of Christians. Why? Because the president of Nigeria is a Muslim himself. He's ordering these things to happen also.
And these bust ass niggas, man, these bitch ass niggas always got something to say every motherfucking day about some motherfucking American shit. And these niggas ain't made a video yet. Them niggas gonna have to ban me from they shit, nigga. Them niggas is hoes. All them niggas is hoes. And them niggas know exactly who they are. These niggas, nigga, what make these niggas think that these niggas won't do some shit like that over here once these niggas get so deep? And my aunties and cousins is Christians. I got a nigga all the way fucked up, nigga.
Oh, because it's the Christians who want him removed from government as a result of what's happening to them, by which they are favoring Muslims to actually oppress them. Okay, so he's speaking out saying that no, ain't nothing going on. This ain't happening. This a lie. It's Muslims being killed too. No. He's saying that on purpose because he want to cover his own self, since he's being forced to answer to the things that's being commanded of him by our government now. But let's see what the people saying who don't care no more, because they killing us anyway. So we're going to tell the truth. They killing us anyway.
They expect us to silence. Now is an order. Nigerian government came out openly and denied there is no massacre. There is no genocide of Christians in Nigeria. And look at it today. Is there any Muslim here? United Nations, I know you're watching.
Ain't no Muslims in that motherfucking grave, nigga. These niggas want a nigga to be on some African shit, nigga. I don't give a fuck about no African shit, nigga. And this ain't no shot at the homies that is African. But I don't give a fuck about no African shit, nigga. And it seems like the shit is seeping in over here. And these niggas gonna let these niggas through the back door. I'm trying to tell you, these niggas gonna let these niggas through the back door. Shit, these niggas done already said it.
American Senate.
United Nations. The majority of the United Nations are all Muslim countries and representatives. They do not care. This is not on their agenda. And they knowing what's happening to Christians in all them Islamic countries that they actually are representatives of. And they do not care, because they're doing their bidding as Muslims to try to take over the world. That's what their religion teaches them to do. They want to take over the world. It's time to tell the truth about Islam. It's time to unmask.
And these whole ass niggas keep telling me that East Indians ain't running Africa. Bust ass niggas. These niggas so dicked out about African descent and some Democrat shit. These niggas can't see the big picture. Please come get these niggas. These niggas is these motherfucking square ass niggas that think they doing the right thing. Nigga trying to get the job, going to school, but these niggas really gonna backdoor niggas. Puss ass niggas.
the horrors of what the Bible clearly said. Y'all don't even know. This is one of the reasons why Jesus is returning back when he come back. He's coming back to destroy these Muslim nations when you read the Bible. And Psalms 8.
And I don't know about no Jesus coming back, but I do know that the Muslims is pushing their line. I do know that. I do know that Muslims is active. I do know that Muslims is a real thing. And I did just see some niggas in the goddamn mosque over here talking about that most of the black Americans, niggas don't know their daddy. So them niggas already feel some type of way. Them niggas consider themselves different. And these hoe ass niggas over here sucking they dick and shit. Nigga, bitch ass niggas. These niggas hoes, man.
83 right here, all these Muslim nations right here is written in the Bible. That's what them red territories and things are. In Psalms 83, this is when Jesus is returning back to the earth in the last days, and he's warned against these Islamic nations. So it's obvious the reason why he coming back to do something about it is because the rest of the world ain't doing nothing about it. The only ones who really fighting against them is Israel and the United States. And that's why the Muslims is on record saying it's Israel and the United States who's stopping us from taking over the world. If it wasn't for them two, we would have been took over the world. And when the rapture of the church happened and the United States take a big hit as a result of all the Christians being raptured up from here, that's when they really gonna take over. And this is when Jesus is going to return and to destroy these Islamic nations. And that's what y'all seeing happening. You can't get around the truth. There it is right there in your face. Nowhere you can go. Farrah, be quiet.
United Nations, I know you're watching me. American Senate, you are watching what I'm doing. I'm saying here. Special advisor to Trump. Now, please tell Trump to save our life in Nigeria. They are killing Christians in Nigeria.
Please tell Trump to come save our lives in Nigeria. Please. They are killing us. They calling out for Trump. I got to take care of something. I got to go. But as y'all can see, the people over there, they calling out for Trump to come save them. Since they say.
I'm trying to tell you that these niggas is in the way. And that's a big fact. And it looks like that I'm going to have to do a part 2 because my sons and them having their state championship game here in a little bit. I'm going to have to follow up and go do that just to be a celebration. It's going to be a tough game now. But we fit to jump into this other little one until I step away and you know what I'm saying, until I leave. But it's more information within this that the peoples need to know.
Grammarly just got.
You know, black people really don't be knowing what the fuck really be going on. So I'm just bringing it, putting it on the table for the peoples. Putting a highlight on how these niggas is moving. But hold on, because I want to get at some more information about the Muslims. Hold on.
Got into it with the dude. Person you mad at. Don't attack dude. Got her son. Dude. Got her son to try to do something to the dude. Somebody shot that girl. They shot that girl up as a result of that. For doing. Why ignorant to the facts of what I'm saying. Here's what I'm talking about. Muslims click on, touch the likes and all that. How many views do we got this? Views do we got this time? I'm gonna turn up even more and more next time. Terrible. You don't think you're gonna be accountable for that? I know you don't believe in a real God. And I know you don't even like when I may speak like that. But let's get one thing straight. It is the truth that y'all know is a fact,
but you just don't want to accept the fact because you don't like the truth. You don't like the truth. Now, I'm not surprised at these actions because as a Muslim, you commanded to do these things. I used to be a Muslim. You can't tell me nothing about it at all. I know more about it than you. And even the ones who still claim to be a part of it. Because if you really knew about it, you wouldn't even be in it. Especially when you're calling yourself black. Every time I hear about a black Muslim, I'm appalled. Because I know you don't do your research. What research am I talking about in case people are ignorant to the facts of what
and that's the same way I'll be feeling about these Pan-African American ass niggas. That's the same way I'll be feeling about these Pan-African ass niggas.
I'm saying, here's what I'm talking about. Muslims worship Muhammad, even though they try to say that Christians is guilty of idolatry for worshiping Jesus because Jesus was a man. Here's the difference between Christians and Muslims. Christians know that God became a man according to the Bible. John 1:1, Hebrews 1, Colossians 1, Psalms 132 verse 11, Zechariah chapter 14, Isaiah chapter 42, Exodus chapter 15 verses 3. God promised he would become a man. Why? Because he was going to fix the problem that man was under, being in a sinful condition. Since man brought sin into the world from his disobedience, God became a man and reconciled the world unto himself and beat the devil at his own game. Y'all don't recognize that. Y'all don't know that because you're spiritually dead. And this new religion you under, which is Islam, that just started 1400 years ago. It's a new religion that none of the prophets and the apostles ever knew about, never worshiped Allah, never knew about a Quran, never knew about a Muhammad because he didn't exist. And the religion didn't exist. It's new, okay? Which means it is not of God. It's not of God. Not one of the prophets ever knew him as that. In fact, the Bible say, my name is Yahweh. Yahweh is your God. That's what it says. I am Yahweh, your God. In other words, if your God is not Yahweh, it's not the real God. If you know anything about Islam, see, they don't like to hear the truth. So since y'all don't like to study, I'll do your studying for you. And I'll bring it to the forefront for you. It is a wicked satanic religion that was created by the devil to go against God and his people. Let me give you more proof. I don't exaggerate. And I'm different than a lot of these people because I stand on truth, especially when it comes to your eternal soul and being a parent, when it's your responsibility to know the truth, who the real God is, to bring life back into your family, rather allowing your children to be deceived and raising them in deception and allowing them to die in their sins without hope. Let me give you an example of what I mean. So when you see texts like this, yeah, see, I keep it on deck because I know it's a lot of liars. Look what it says. Surah 551. This is what it says. O you, speaking of Muslims, who have believed, do not take Jews and Christians as allies. Why would he say this? If Allah is the true God, why would he say this? When according to y'all, he started out with the Jews. And the Christians is the branch of Judaism that brings actually clarity of what Judaism was actually being shown, that was a shadow to what Christianity is. That's all it is. Judaism was nothing but a shadow of Jesus Christ. Christianity is the revelation of Jesus Christ by which the Old Testament prophesied about Jesus Christ. They go hand in hand. And this is why your religion teaches you to hate the Christians and Jews. Who is who? The children of God. That's why in the Quran, they are called the people of the book. What is the book? The Holy Bible. That's what the book is. The people of the book is the Christians and Jews. They are the children of God. Look what their religion say. Oh, you who have believed, Do not take the Jews and Christians as allies or friends. They are, in fact, allies of one another. And whoever is any ally of them among you, Muslims, then indeed he is one of them. See, in other words, if you're going to be friends with them, then you one of them. Why is that so important? Because they taught to actually hate the Christians and Jews. They taught that that will not be tolerated. They taught that the Christians and Jews is the lowest of Allah's creation, and that they are going to burn in hell for not accepting Muhammad and Allah. But why should Christians and Jews accept Muhammad and Allah when it's a new religion? The Christians and Jews are standing on what was believed upon before. In the Old Testament, the word of the Lord is no other than Jesus Christ, who appeared before the forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Genesis chapter 15. And the word of the Lord appeared to Abraham. Jeremiah chapter 1, verse 4. And the word of the Lord appeared unto Jeremiah, saying, I knew you. Before I formed you in the belly of your mother's womb, I knew you, and I ordained you and made you a prophet among the nations. The word of the Lord, who's revealed to be no other than Jesus Christ in John 1 verse 1, in John 1 verse 14. In the word, the very word that appeared to Abraham, the very word that appeared to all the prophets, was manifested in the flesh, Jesus Christ, the begotten of the Father, possessing his nature. See, y'all don't know that because you don't study. Neither do you care about your eternal soul. Neither do you care about your life. And any black person that's under this religion is satanic and mean no good. And that's why I'm not surprised at these things being said here of putting hands on older people and parents as a result of what their children did. That's terrible. Very shameful, very tacky, very wicked, very evil. And it's not good. Another thing about black Muslims that's terrible. Muhammad was a white man. Let me show y'all that. See, they don't do true studies. I'm going to show it to y'all, though. I'm going to bring y'all the facts. A man entered into the mosque. This is from the Hadiths, the written, recorded life of Muhammad by his companions, the people who lived amongst him at these times. Look what it says. A man entered the mosque on a camel and made it kneel down, and then tied his legs with a rope, and then asked, who among you is Muhammad? The messenger of Allah, may peace be upon him, was sitting leaning upon something among them. And we said to him, this white man who is leaning, see that? He's a white man. He was a white man. He was a slave trader who hated black people. And all these black so-called Muslims literally worshiping a white man who hated them. Let me show you what he said about black people. More fact. These are all Islamic historical facts. These are not Christianity coming up against Islam, but exposing it through their own religion and history. Watch this. Allah, messenger, peace be upon him, Muhammad. Allah created Adam. When he had created him, he struck his right shoulder, and there came from it offspring, as if they were white ants. So white people came out of Adam's right shoulder. Then he struck his left shoulder, and there came from it black offspring, as if they were charcoal. So the black people came from the left arm, and the white people came from the right arm. Watch this. Allah then said to those who had been emitted from the right shoulder, the white people, for paradise. In other words, y'all were created for paradise, and I don't mind. In other words, I don't care who has something to say about it. I created these white people for paradise, and I don't care. Then he said to those who had been emitted on the left, from the left shoulder, they are for hell, and I do not mind, or I do not care. So the black people was created for hell, and the white people was created for heaven. See that? Why did he write this? Because he was white. Remember, at the time this take place, 1400 years ago. We talking about slavery and doing the European Atlantic translate. But guess what? The Atlantic transatlantic slave trade. But guess what happened? I'm sorry, I was drinking this. They don't tell you where the European got the slaves. From the white Arabs. They don't talk about that part. They don't talk about that part. These are all facts. And he was a child molester. Let's read that. His wife was 6 years old. It was narrated from Aisha, that is the girl who he married at the age of 6 when he was 51 years old. His wife was 6 years old. Talking about God told him to marry her. So right, that's how you know Allah is the devil. There's no way God is telling a 51-year-old man to go have sex or marry a 6-year-old girl he was desiring and lusting after that he couldn't get off his damn mind. But they want to believe this mess. Look what it says. It was narrated from Aisha that the messenger of Allah married her when she was 6 years old. These are all true Islamic sources. It's these American Muslims who try to clean up the mess because they know it's evil and wicked and of the devil, and they need a reason to stay in the lie because they don't want to stand on the truth. But you can't erase history. You can't erase history and you can't hide it because all this stuff is already etched in stone and can be easily found. It ain't no way y'all can get rid of this. Look what it says though. She said, look, so it was narrated from Aisha that the messenger of Allah married her when she was 6 years old. And he consummated the marriage with her when she was 9. That means fully penetrated her. Why did I say fully penetrated her? Because if you actually go into other hadith sources, it will say when she was 6, he was thigh-ing her. What do that mean? He was playing with her vagina. It just wasn't big enough. It wasn't big enough for his penis to go inside of it until she turned the age of 9. That's when he fully consummated the marriage. He was trying to fully penetrate at the age of 6. So imagine a 51-year-old man climbing on side of a 6-year-old girl with full marital rights, which means making her suck his penis, wanting to fuck her in the ass. Let's just be real. Wanting to penetrate her vagina because he didn't care. You think he cared wanting to marry her at 6? That he didn't want no head? That he didn't want no anal sex? Yeah, we got to be real with this and expose the devil for who he really is. And this is what's going to make y'all damnation even worse. Because y'all chose a racist, rapist over the holy, righteous one, Jesus Christ. Y'all chose Muhammad over Jesus Christ. Y'all chose Allah over Yahweh. That's what y'all did. Y'all chose the Quran over the Bible. So I'm not surprised of the spirit you take on. This is why y'all so disrespectful. This is why y'all don't care. This is why you don't care about your conscience. Because when you worshiping the lie, when you worshiping the devil, you take on his spirit. You take on his spirit. You take on his spirit. See, that's another thing they don't know. Why is Muslims commanded to pray 5 times a day? Yeah, I used to be one. I will read y'all rights. You know why? As Muslims, we was commanded to pray 5 times a day. Because the Bible tells us Satan is the god of all false religion. In Revelation chapter 12, he kicked down from the second heaven and he come down to the earth with all his demon spirits. But because he's invisible, he need a body. But he can't take a body. A body must be offered to him, given to him. So how do people offer their bodies to Satan? Through false worship. That's why the Bible say, let not the names of other gods be mentioned on your lips. Let not the name of other gods be mentioned on your lips. See, y'all don't understand spiritual warfare. That when you call upon these false gods, you are giving them power and an invitation to your spirit. And when you commanded to pray 5 times a day to Allah, who is not Yahweh, who is revealed to be no other than Satan himself, you just unlocked your spirit and have given yourself over to demonic possession and oppression. That's what you done. That's why y'all commanded to pray 5 times a day. I know they lied to y'all, saying that Muhammad went up to all past the 7 heavens and Allah. If you even read that story, it's stupid. And Allah told him, yeah, I want the people to pray 50 times a day. Then he go down and meet Moses, and Moses said, what did he say to you? Well, Allah said, I should tell my followers that they should pray 50 times a day. Moses was smarter than Allah. Moses said, well, that's too much. Go back up there and see if he could turn raise the time down, how many times they could pray, because your followers would not pray these many times. Then he went back up and told Allah that. Then Allah say, okay, well, they could pray 40 times then. Then he come back down and Moses say, what did he say? Well, he said this time they could only pray 40 times a day. Look how retarded Allah is. Imagine going about your day as a husband, a wife, and a worker, and you have children. 40 times a day, 50 times a day prayer, 50 times a day, and a 24-hour life, in a 24-hour day. But you got to pray 50 times a day. On top of managing the home, working, and going to sleep 50 times a day. Here, take it. Bang the gavel on your damn self. Don't worry, I'm gonna do it for you. No. Man, get out of here with that trash. Who don't know that that's bull? Moses said 40. Yo, that's too many for your followers. They not gonna pray 40 times a day. That's too much. Why is Moses more smarter than Allah? Muhammad, go back up. Moses said that's too much. This continued to happen till it gets down to 5. Back and forth, up and down. Moses is now commanding Allah. Moses is more smarter than Allah. Then Muhammad finally get it from Allah. Okay, 5. Moses, he go down to Moses. He asked Moses, say, okay, what did he say this time? Muhammad say, well, he said 5 times. Moses said, that's sufficient. They should be able to do 5 times. And he went down and told his followers to pray 5 times a day. Really. But you know why? If you praying 5 times a day to Satan, you're giving him your body. When you pray to Jesus, you receive what? The Holy Spirit, holy, righteous, the Spirit of the living God, God himself, indwells the body of the believers. But what's the opposite? When you're praying to a fake God, that's not the one true God, then you receive a demon spirit. That's why he got them praying 5 times a day, because he know his time is short. He need those bodies for his army. And when you read the Battle of Armageddon, guess what the Battle of Armageddon is about? The Muslim nations coming against Israel. And guess who come to save the day? Jesus and the Christians. Jesus and the Christians. Revelation chapter 19. Destroy the Islamic Antichrist along with the Christians, and they wipe out the Islamic armies. Psalm chapter 83. I know y'all don't know these scriptures. Zechariah 37, Zechariah 38. Yeah, because y'all believe backwards.
Now we got to go help people customize and save hundreds with Liberty Mutual. Maybe where's the golf cart?
Y'all religion teach y'all not to believe what was before. Your religion teaches you to believe what came last. And if Muhammad couldn't read or write, like it says right here, look, he couldn't read or write. He was illiterate. Look, this day sources. Those who follow the messenger, Muhammad, the prophet who can neither read or write. He could neither read or write. He couldn't read or write. They never questioned these lies. Well, if he couldn't read or write, how did he know about the scriptures that were before his time by which the believers were believing upon, that were given to them by God? If he can't read or write, no wonder he got everything wrong. No wonder he didn't know God was the Father. No wonder he didn't know Jesus was his son. No wonder he didn't know nothing about the blood atonement. No wonder he didn't know nothing about the sacrificial system. No wonder he didn't know nothing about the law. No wonder he didn't know nothing about sanctification. No wonder he didn't know nothing about the writings of the prophets. Because he can't read or write. So what happens to a person who's given a lie, who can't read or write? He make it up as he go. Why y'all don't challenge yourself on these truths? The most harm one can do is what you do to yourself. How come I know this? How come as an ex-Muslim, I came to the knowledge of the truth to know that this is BS, that this is the enemy going against God? Guess what else you find in the Bible? God is clear. Nehemiah chapter 4, the Bible say the Arabs is the enemies of God. Psalm chapter 83, all the Arabic nations is mentioned as being enemies of God and hate God. So I'm supposed to learn God from his enemies? Because that's what Islam is. It's the Arabic religion from the Arabs. So I'm supposed to learn God from his enemy. Because that's what the Bible say. God say, I speak it first, that it will come to pass, and you shall know that I am God. I declare the end from the beginning. So we was already warned by God what's coming. And God told us, when you see this, know that it is from the devil. What is the definition of Antichrist? Antichrist is this, 1 John chapter 2, verse 22. Anyone who denies the Father and Son is Antichrist, the spirit of Satan. That's scripture. Okay, so what's Islam? Denying the Father and Son. So God already told us, when you see this, this is from the devil. Anybody who tell you I am not the Father and Jesus is not my son, that's the devil. And Islam come up 1,000 something years later saying that God don't have a son and God is not a father. Okay, so now we recognize what God said first. We're not going to play these games. This stuff is evil and it is wicked. And those spirits that telling you that you comfortable with, is not from God himself. That's why y'all don't care. And you taught to go against the truth. And you taught to hate what is true love. Jesus Christ. Not the Jesus Christ of the Quran that's crying and weeping and scared of Allah. No, the Jesus Christ of the Bible, who is Yahweh. Philippians chapter 2. Who is Yahweh. Genesis 19:24. Who is Yahweh. Hebrews chapter 1, verse 10 and 11. Who is Yahweh. Matthew chapter 1. Name him Christ, for Yahweh saves. Yahweh is the Most High God. Psalms 83, 17 and 18. Yeah, y'all don't even know some scriptures. Because you believe in last. And you taught not to believe what was first because it exposes what was last. What do I mean by that? And I'm going to land with this. This is real talk. If Muhammad received a new revelation from God and he couldn't read or write, how do he know it's a new revelation? How do he know it's really from God if he don't know what was first? I got to know what was first to know if that this came from God, because it needs to line up with the first. But if I never knew the first, how could I just accept that this come from God? And it's demon spirits out there. In the Bible, clear, demon spirits appear to be spirits of righteousness, spirits of like angels, pretending to be God. Why would the Bible say that in Galatians chapter 1? That Satan pretends to be an angel of light. I mean, if 2 Corinthians chapter 11. Why would he say that if Satan didn't do it? When did Satan do it? When he appeared to Muhammad, pretending to be a messenger from God, an angel of light, going against everything that was already believed upon. It's a new religion. That's the truth. Nobody could get around. I could go even deeper, but I'm not. I think that's enough. I think that's sufficient. Don't ever compare Muhammad or Allah with Jesus. Jesus is greater than Muhammad and Allah. You can say Allah is God, but he's not God. Jesus proved he was God. That's why he cast out demons, walked on water, raised the dead, opened the eyes of the blind, healed everybody that was sick and diseased, multiplied 5 loaves and fed thousands, rode on the clouds in glory. Holy, righteous, perfect, and pure, never committed a sin. Conquered death by taking on humanity's best shot. See, y'all look at it as weakness. God was showing his power. I'm going to take y'all best shot. I'm going to let y'all beat me and never cry out. See, when y'all read the Bible and it say he cried out, that don't mean tears. What that means is he yelled with a voice. Father, forgive them. They know not what they do. He took humanity best shot and didn't break. He volunteered to go to the cross while y'all run from the cross. You see the difference? You see what makes him so powerful? He volunteered to take on the punishment when y'all run from it. We all run from it. You ain't finna volunteer the cross. You ain't finna volunteer to let somebody stick thorns in your head, nail your hands and feet to the, stab you in your side, take turn beating you, snatching out your beard, spitting in your face. You're not finna volunteer to do that. Then you would ask, why would God put himself through all that? Because he know you a sinner and sin against him every day, and you are in danger of eternity in hell. So instead of me wanting to judge you and send you there, I'm going to fix the problem that you can't fix, that you continue to be guilty of. And if you reject that, that just go to show you got an evil, wicked heart and don't love me, and show who your father is, the devil. That's the difference. I'm going to fix the problem, and I'm going to satisfy my own justice. I'm going to be the curse. Psalms 132, verse 11. Yahweh will be the curse. It's your boy Battle Truth. It ain't my judgment that's in question. It's yours. Leave that woman alone. Don't do nothing so evil like